Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Rogue Trader with me, Regadon. Let's head to the main hall.
What do we have here?
There.
Is there money to be
Is
made?
it wargled or a trap?
The Inquisition taught me many things.
In front of you is part of a Xeno device that controls the traps in this deadly place.
I always have a backup plan.
Your arrogance will be your downfall.
Brace yourself!
Interesting, so we set off a trap and they dodged it. Oh, it's still in the setup phase, so they got closer than you're supposed to be able to get to the enemies. Oh, but it won't let us start the battle like that.
I can do that, with the right incentive.
So they're aggroed as well.
You've got a problem? I've got a prize.
As the Emperor commands, I act. Eradicated. I am his will made manifest.
My revenge will be delectable!
You say so.
You call this a strike?
I do.
I'll do it. Faith without deeds is worthless. None can escape the Emperor's judgment. Doubt is for the weak. Guided by faith. Eradicated. As the Emperor commands.
Alright, good job, Argenta. took care of this whole group of enemies by herself. I'm gonna save the momentum for Heinrichs, so he can get out that sword. It's quite the shot.
Won't go down easy.
On it. Who if not me?
But of course, Lord Captain.
Oh, so I use our momentum. Darn it.
Take heed, rogue trader.
Of course, there's a trap there.
Emperor, I can't stand it!
But they came to me, so I don't have to worry about it.
We are the bane of lesser creatures.
Heinrichs is gonna be in for a good time on his turn. Hey, what's up, fellas?
Everyone, step aside.
You will not withstand my vengeance!
Let's see to it.
Oh, they both dodged. You know what? Good for them.
I won't object to it. But of course, Lord Captain.
And he's stuck over here, it looks like. A little unfortunate.
At your beck and call. It will be done.
Alright, come and get it.
I can do that, with the right incentive. Don't get too cocky. Tell me, and it is done. I hold all the cards.
Get me a target. For the throne guides my hand.
Oh, man. The bizarre steel emits a subtle humming sound. As you listen, but your head is about to tear apart in unbearable agony, that the sound is resonating with something in your mind.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Easily done. What a shame.
I got injured. There are faintly invisible field lines on the smooth surface. Probably some sort of power system.
You have my thanks.
Hey, Tervantias.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
The homunculus looks up from the control panel and gazes at you with disdain from the other side of the impenetrable force screen. You survive, Specimen, but a woeful lack of ability to follow orders. You're supposed to die, be it in the arena or in the chasm. However, the servants of Azariesh will soon remedy your blunder. Alright, let's attack. At last, a chance to get rid of you, human miscreant. Your attack misses its target. The force field that separates you is too strong. The homunculus lets out a few clicks. You waste your strength. This version of the Stifler can both hold back the veil and protect me from distractions such as you. Now go, and do not disturb me. Alfar's voice turns quiet and insinuating, and a smile plays on his lips. Yes, you are safe, for now. But as soon as you step out from behind this field, who knows in what shadowy corner will catch you. Any step outside could mean your death. Then again, perhaps you will not come out. You might sit here for a day or two, a month, a year, forever, sitting and trembling. A small, frail inhuman, trapped in a prison of his own toys and fear. Which of us is in a cage now? Tervantias' face stiffens into a mask of contempt, but his working limbs begin to twitch nervously, and his chest heaves with a mechanical creak as if he is suddenly running out of air. Examine the construct. The Stifler is enormous and resembles the devices you have seen before. There's no doubt that its purpose is to suppress warp manifestations. However, you notice a few details that are out of step with the construct's otherwise typical Drukhari design. Several of its parts were made from material foreign to Kimura, and fused into its frame by an unknown force. What happens if I destroy this construct, I wonder? Xenos narrows his eyes at you and hisses. You must be thinking that the moment you do it, Kimura will descend into demonic mayhem and the valorous rogue trader will have rid the universe of the abominable Drukhari and finally flee these dark halls. Before all that happens, Specimen, the demons that will arrive will rip your flesh to shreds and devour everyone in sight. And while you're busy writhing in agony, I'll have enough time to put everything back in order. Jai swallows nervously. Look, Shireen, I'll just slap the darn Ashmag myself for all the foul things he's done to us, but I don't want to be torn apart by demons, you know? You do not seem to share your kind's fear of the warp in the slightest. Does that make you mad, or simply arrogant? Xenos responds with a self-satisfied chuckle. Fear is the reaction of a weak mind presented with the inconceivable. Even our masters are liable to it. Oh, the pains it took me to convince the Archon to bring the Spirit Warriors into the Dark City, and then to conceal the evidence of the dimensional collapse that had destabilized the Spire. I alone acted without fear. I delved deeper, as a scalpel delves into flesh. I have designed devices that stifle the breath of the unreal. I'm creating a weapon that will make the warp itself tremble, and I'm using the raging power of suns as sustenance for my weapon. I know no fear, for in my mind, there is no inconceivable, only the unconceived. You said you were using the power of suns. Does that mean you're the one behind the disappearing stars? Of course. My masterpiece needed an unthinkable amount of energy. But how could I let something as trifling as the unthinkable stand in my way? The star you called Rycat was stolen at my behest, as were many before it. Tervantias' gloating tone becomes insufferable. Have you been to the world you Mankai know as Santiel's Pride? I only recently took its son while you were busy spilling witch guts on the arena floor. It was most amusing to watch your pathetic planet freeze to its very core. How fascinating it is that such a paltry sacrifice as the lives of several million Monkai deserve something as great as my masterpiece. So we're told not to do this, but in dogmatic faction, we're going to break it anyway. Break the construct. I think I shall try anyway. We can handle a few demons. Your shot finds its mark. Lightning charges run down the construct, and the force field flickers a few times before dissipating. The heavy metallic hum is followed by a series of dull pops coming from every direction. You see warp portals bursting into bloom around you, one after another, and horrific, malformed claws reaching toward you from the other side. What have you done? I curse upon you, Monkai.
I bet I'll kill more than any of you!
You will know the taste of anguish.
It's supposed to be Abelard, but that's okay. I'm not sure why I can't move there.
None can do this better than a warrior of the Old Father!
So what does he do? Extermination. So any damage the character deals is increased by +1 for every attack they have made this combat. Does not affect damage over time effects, bleeding, burning, or toxin. He's currently staggered and perplexed. Sheer pain. This creature shoots at a target suffering from bleeding and deals from 12 to 24 mental damage. The target becomes staggered instead of bleeding, and all the creatures around it suffer bleeding 8. Blood Barrier. At the beginning of its turn, this creature gains stacks of blood barrier equal to the number of bleeding enemies. This creature also regains 10% of their maximum wounds per number of blood barrier stacks gained.
Don't get too cocky. I can do that with the right incentive.
Rejoice in battle! This is why I was chosen!
Indeed.
Good job, guys. Didn't think he's gonna do that much damage. Cassia, Strange Vitality effect applied. I don't think she should be here. Alright.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time. I will do my duty. I took care of this one. It will be
I already
done.
used Brace for Impact. Do I use this right now, or... I'm gonna wait so that Heinrich is guaranteed to get his sword out. Oh, they might just use up the momentum. It's fine. Needs his turn to get other
Let's
buffs
see to
out
it.
and gain our momentum back.
Be gone. For the throne. The Inquisition sends their regards. Your reckoning is due.
Ah, there we have it. A really easy fight. Nothing unique either. A little disappointing. Alright, let's level up. We get a second tier R-type talent and a common talent. Let's go ahead and grab On Your Feet. The next attack made by an ally under the effect of Force Distraction additionally grants +3 MP to that ally. And a common talent. I don't think there's anything in particular that I wanted. I might go ahead and grab this in hopes that we do find power armor at some point. It feels weird grabbing this after we grabbed heavy armor proficiency. They don't count as the same thing. I could wait, but I feel like if we're going to find power armor, it should be in the near future. Because we're in Act 3, right? I could do It Will Not Die. I feel like my character's not nearly tanky enough considering he's a Vanguard. Let's go ahead and grab that. Increases wounds by half of the character's level rounded up. Yeah, 138. It's pretty solid. Alright, Abelard. Let's do this. Overwhelming Provocation. The target of provocation is hit by at least one attack of opportunity caused by provocation. The target gains +1 stack of fatigue until the end of combat. Which is the target suffers -10 penalty to strength, toughness, and agility for each stack of fatigued. Movement points are reduced by -1 for each stack. Has toughness. Let's grab a weapon skill of the characteristic training. Then Ulfar. I guess we get Breaking Attack. A devastating attack also reduces the target's armor by 7% and toughness by 10 until the end of combat. Does not stack. I just have 2 bolters equipped, so I think the Solid Projectile Weapon Expert. So Solid Projectile Weapon attacks gain +2 minimum damage. It should apply to bolters. They do use solid projectiles. But I think I'm going to grab it anyway. Let's just double check though. It's considered bolt. I don't know that that's going to stack with this, but it does shoot solid projectiles. I don't see why it wouldn't. I think shotguns are considered solid projectiles specifically. Yeah, so I don't think that works with the bolter. So I may have wasted a talent. I mean, it's not a big deal. He has other wasted talents too. Let's grab a critical versatility on Argenta. Or discipline. The Archmilitant gains +1 stack of versatility whenever an ally grants the Archmilitant an extra turn. So she'll get +1 right out the gate, because I always give her the first turn with Jai. And I'm going to go ahead and grab the Emperor Protects. The Devotee gains a 3% chance to ignore any enemy attack. The fine Argenta tends to take the most damage in our party, because I run her out in front of everybody on the first turn to use her AoE attacks. Alright, let's do Personal Zone. So allies, including the Grand Strategist and the same combat tactics area with the Grand Strategist, gain... Oh, it scales with intelligence. I'm trying to get stuff that scales with fellowship and willpower. So each ally in the rear area gains % critical hit chance if there are no enemies in a 5-cell radius around the ally. Ready to Serve seems pretty good. So when an Imperial World character is affected by an ally's non-damaging ability or affects an ally with such an ability, the resolve is increased by fellowship for 1 round. That works for her, and Abelard always opens up with, forgot the name of the ability.
Your Seneschal is always there.
A Brace for Impact, so she'll get the resolve straight out the gate, and then her turn's always used buffing and giving other allies turns, so she'll constantly be getting that +1 resolve. Sorry, it's actually more than that, right? Because it's, it's 4. Because it scales. Alright, Heinrichs. I think this works for him too, because he gets crit chance with his resolve. So Ready to Serve. Let's do that for the common talent. So does this work with the flames from his sword? Second Sight might work with the flame, the sword. Still, mine is worth it, I think, in most cases. Veil Degradation isn't always 10 or higher. Or I guess 11 or higher. So still mine, the Cyclops Resolve is increased by willpower bonus divided by 2, while Veil Degradation is 10 or lower. And then we want Ready to Serve, so a bunch of extra resolve for him on that level up. Yeah, we did waste a level up on Ulfar. I might respec him. So it's probably not worth it, 'cause it's only for the 1 talent.
Hunt brothers, take heed.
I wish you could respec all the way to level 1, because Ulfar
The
and
Inquisition taught me many things.
Jai both have wasted talents. And normally they wouldn't be wasted. I think like combat masters are really good talent, but you just don't need it when you have Abelard in the party. So it's a redundant talent. I forgot some loot back here.
Keep your wits about you.
Alright, I think bodies fell off the side, so we can't loot it.
Is there money to
Alright,
be
well I'm going
made?
to call it here, and next time we'll continue through the main hall.
Your motives and methods are woven from shadow, Jai, but they help you to survive, even in the darkest corners of the universe.
The only reason I survived this time is because one of the local freaks took a shine to my throat. He liked it so much he gave it back to me, along with everything else I thought I'd seen the back of a long time ago.
Alright, next time we'll continue our great escape from Kimura. But for now, thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys in the next one.